You've recently been made captain of this proud club. What does that mean to you personally, and what excites you about this group of players?
Yeah, it does mean a lot. I think it just shows, the faith that Benji and also the previous captain Uppy has in me, and what I've sort of brought to the club and to the culture. I don't think it's something that I was sort of gunning for coming here, but it is a massive responsibility for myself, and I think it'll only help me grow as a man, as a teammate, and as a player as well. So I'm excited for that.
And obviously, you're working with Benji, an idol growing up, by all reports. I think Jarome told us that there's a mutual respect between you two. Can you talk about your relationship with Benji and how you guys have been in pre-season?
I think it was good for me in a way to already sort of idolise him. So there's already that sort of respect, him being my coach. But I think in terms of the way we see the game, the way we want to play as a team moving forward, we're really similar, or are really similar. So it's easy to connect with him as a player and as a coach for myself as a playmaker, which is pretty special. And what I'm able to do on the field, I've always just wanted to sort of look like Benji at his best. So don't know if I can make that happen, but I'm going to give it a pretty good crack this year.
Well, you've got that beautiful quick footwork like he had. Has he been showing anything at training? Apparently the boys said he still can play.
Yeah, he's just a competitor, I think. He's in his 40s now, but you can still tell that the fire's still burning under his skin, and if he had to, he'd probably chuck a jersey on and play this season if he could. So I think that just gives us pretty good motivation that our coach is so passionate about this team and he wants to see us do well. So hopefully we can channel that energy, point it towards something good, and do some good stuff this year.
And he's a family man, and he's been on record as saying he's a family first coach. You're a family man yourself. What does that sort of manifest in his coaching? Does he let you guys bring in kids to training and things like that? Like, is it really based around your families and making sure you're all right away from the footy?
I think him instilling that into the playing group just shows that he cares a lot about his players, not only his family, but I think he treats his playing group as sort of his sons in a sense. But we all got families, and things happen off the field away from footy. And he said, if anything happens, come and talk to me, be honest about it, and then at the end of the day, you put your family first and you got to do what you got to do. So that's amazing from a player's perspective. That for me, that just sort of die for a coach like that. You know what I mean? Out there on the battlefield. So I respect that from him, and I can't wait to repay that.
Lachlan Galvin had a bit of a chip that you're a bit of a teacher's pet with him. Do you have any comment back at
Lachlan
that?
Galvin?
Yeah.
Nah, that's crazy. That is crazy. 1-0.
Any rebuttal?
I'll let him have it. I'm not going to bite. I won't bite.
Good segue into Lockie. Obviously, a new halves partner. What's impressed you about him, and what excites you about playing halfback position alongside him?
I'm excited. He's really raw. That's the first thing I sort of I got. But his fitness is there and his competitiveness is there, and I think that's all you really want from a young guy coming into the game. You want to sort of see that they love the game, but they love their teammates as well. They don't want to just do the highlight plays. They want to do those dirty 1% plays, which I think that's important to keep you in the game once you're in there. So I'm really excited. He's an exciting talent, and if I can teach him a few things along the way, hopefully I can have a positive input into his career.
And obviously you came into the Panthers into a successful team, 5 straight grand finals, 4 premierships. Now you're sort of starting at a lower base. What sort of excites you about bringing success back to this proud club and obviously climbing that mountain in the NRL?
Yeah, I wouldn't say lower base. Everyone's on the same base at the start of the year. It's a clean slate, and we've been focused on, brushing whatever's happened in the past. There's a lot of good buys, I think, that have come from different clubs, and they've brought in some pretty good culture as well. So I think what's most important now is connecting to a common cause, and I'm not going to give any secrets away, but we've been working hard along the pre-season. And sometimes, the scoreboard doesn't reflect the work that's been going on behind the scenes. So we're pretty excited to transition the work from the footy field onto the big stage.
And we interviewed Samuela Fainu, obviously a great young player coming up. What's impressed you about him? And obviously he's got a bigger role this year with a couple of second rows leaving the club.
He's a beast, man. And I'm really excited to form a combination with him. Hopefully I get to play alongside him out there on the edges. I'm not too sure what sides we're sort of playing yet, but he's definitely one of the guys that have impressed me a lot. I've always known he has that aggression in his game and he chases after blokes, but I think people underestimate his actual footy IQ and his footy smarts, which is what really has impressed me over the pre-season. So he's going to be a very good footballer for a very long time.
And obviously come from so much success at Penrith, and there's a few Penrith boys in the team now. What would it mean to sort of bring that ultimate goal back to this club, be it this year or in the future, to win a first premiership since 2005?
Yeah, I'm not too sure if it'll feel different to the previous years, but all I know is that winning feeling, and it's addictive. So, you know, I know these guys haven't tasted much of that in the previous years, but that's the one thing I've always wanted to bring to this club. So, you know,
and
Bismillah.
Yeah. And just finally coming up against the Panthers for the first time. What's it going to be like? You think your feelings will be that game? Will you go up and shake Nathan's hand at the start and ready for battle?
Probably not at the start. You know, business is business, and when the jerseys are on and the footy boots are on, there's only brothers on one side of the field and opposition. So it's an exciting matchup, and I'm sure the fans are licking their lips for that matchup. But we've got a lot of work to do before that game, so hopefully we'll be prepared.